Hi, students. So let's finish our story. All right. So a rainforest has 4 floors. Oh, we already did that, right? Fourth floor is emergent. Okay. And we did the buttress. Where were we? Oh. Okay. Here we are. So remember, the pollen scatters and spreads. So, whoops, let's do this one. This is the pitcher plants. Remember that? This plant gives an insect a most deadly ride. It slips when it sips and gets trapped inside. So this plant eats ants or other bugs. Do you remember what a collective noun for ants is? An army of ants. So if an army of ants gets in here, then it sips it up. This is the strangler fig. If this plant can't root, it will grow on another. So it takes a tree and it'll grow on top of it. The vines twine and squeeze and then finally smother. Takes over. The understory is the next stop, floor 2. I'm going to ask you about that later. That's the understory. I'm afraid not much sun can make its way through. And this is where you find some monkeys and the ocelot. These vines and ferns grow where it's dim and it's hot. Dim means not a lot of light, very little light. Spider monkeys. The spider monkey lives here, and the wild ocelot. It's a kind of cat. So there's Cat in the Hat with a wild ocelot, another kind of cat. And here, this is the Cat in the Hat's friends. Camouflage is the word to describe a design. You know design. A plan or thing that makes things blend in so it's hard to find. Find 6 hidden things and you'll win a prize. The sure way to win is to sharpen your eyes. So what do you see hiding here? Do you remember this animal? This is a sloth. This is probably a boa constrictor or some kind of snake. Is this a leaf or an insect? This is an insect, maybe a stick bug or one of the leaf bugs. What is here? Is this part of the tree? Or is this a moth? One of the moths. And here are the orchids. They don't blend in very well. Do you see anything else? Maybe some moss growing. There are some hidden things. There might be a bird here, if you look closely, or it's part of the orchid. Camouflage. So some of these things, like this moth and the sloth, look like their environment. Like they look like the plants or the life around them, so that the other animals don't find them. So camouflage is so people or animals can't find you because you look like other things. Last stop, the first floor. The doors open wide, and when we look out, it is quite dark outside because there's not a lot of sunlight, very little sunlight here. Is anyone home? At first, you'd say not. There's mostly leaf litter, dead plants, and some rot. That means rotting things. Oh, but jaguars prowl. Snakes slink and they slither. Insects and spiders creep yon and hither. Now look even closer, and you will find among the life here. What are we going to find? Oh, actually, one thing I want to show you. So here's a snake, tarantula, maybe a stick bug, ants. This is probably a jaguar. Okay, these are different flowers known to the rainforest. Do you remember what this is? This is a centipede. It's a very big centipede. That means it has 100 legs, or what looks like 100 legs. Yeah. Let's see what else is on the first floor. What else? Is our humankind. For thousands of years, they've lived here unharmed. People live in the rainforest. They've hunted, and some of them have even farmed. They know where to find the food for a meal. They know which plants poison. They know which plants heal. That means make you better. Some medicine is made from plants from the rainforest. A lot of medicine comes from the rainforest, probably more than 50%. That's a lot. And these people that live in the rainforest, they know what the plants help with, what they heal. You've seen all 4 floors. See if you can list them. These 4 floors make up a complete ecosystem. That's right, ecosystem. But something has happened within recent years. A thing that is going to drive me to tears. Millions of acres, millions of miles of land every year, or kilometers, are cut down for reasons too long to list here. If I ran the rainforest, you know what I'd do. I'd make a few changes, but that's just what I do. So we can see here in this picture, on this page we have toucans, sloths, native humans, eaglets. We've got howler monkeys, harpy eagles, macaws, snakes, ocelots. This is a kinkajous. I think they're called kinkajous. Or kinkajows. Kinkajows. Okay. And jaguars. Okay. There are lots of animals that live in the rainforest. And this Mr. the Cat in the Hat says, if I ran the rainforest, here's what I'd do. If I ran the rainforest, I'd say, chop somewhere else. Chopping is when you cut trees. Chop somewhere else, people. Leave us these trees. Don't cut them down. So he'd say bye-bye to these people that are not native and come to take the trees away, or the plants, and the trees are where the animals live. So they take down the trees, and then the animals have to fly away and they have nowhere to go. It's a big problem. Okay? Look at this guy here. Okay? He's a lumberjack. That means he cuts down trees. Lumberjack. Okay, so the Cat in the Hat would say, chop somewhere else, people. Get out of here. Save these trees, please. Look at that little animal. Save his home. So, let's talk about this book. So, when we talk about summary, okay? We are talking about what is a story about, okay? So in the next video, I'm going to talk about the summary of this book, the setting. I'm going to talk about who is in the story, the main characters, okay? We're going to talk about that so that you can do your homework. So see you in the next video.